Here's 3 exercises you should be doing every day to improve your playing. Coming up. I want to show you guys 3 exercises that help me improve my hand dexterity and my muscle memory along the neck. So the first 2 exercises are actually from John Petrucci of Dream Theater. When I was in college in the 90s...
So here's all you need to know. Classes, nothing before 11. Beer, it's your best friend, you drink a lot of it.
I bought John's book, Rock Discipline. And in this book, it contained a bunch of cool f***ing licks. But at the beginning of this book, he had a series of warm-up exercises. I'm going to show you 2 of them that I use religiously. So this first exercise focuses on warming up the right hand. I've always thought that my right hand was kind of lagging compared to my left hand, like it wasn't keeping up. So I made it a point to work on exercises like this one to develop my right hand dexterity. So I'll play it a few times just so you can see what's going on. The left hand is basically fretting the notes of a major bar chord. The right hand is alternate picking every other string, not adjacent strings. So that's what makes this a little more challenging. We're string skipping. Because of the increased distance that the pick is traveling, it works the muscles just a little bit more than we're used to. So at the end of this entire exercise, you should be feeling it in your right hand. You can move up in half steps if you want some variation. Now once you're comfortable with that pattern, you want to do this with a metronome, and you want to start off at a speed that you're comfortable with and then gradually increase it until you reach your max speed that you can play this cleanly. And if you want to keep track of the max BPM and try to beat it every week, that's a good idea. Let me set this at 120. Let's bump it up to 150. All right, just for shits and giggles, let's go to 200. But wait, there's more. We're not done yet. The next step to this exercise is doing doubles. So we're hitting each note twice. And so on and so forth. Same thing, you want to practice this with a metronome. Gradually increase the speed until you reach your max. But we're not done yet. We're going to do triplets next. This is going to feel a little bit weird because every other note starts on an upstroke. And finally, we're going to do 16th notes, 4 attacks each note. So after you do the singles, doubles, triplets, and the 16th notes, your right hand should start feeling nice and warmed up. And then we're ready to move on to the next exercise. So the second exercise is also from John Petrucci's books, and this is going to be a warm-up for both hands. Let me show you what it looks like. In this exercise, the right hand is doing alternate picking the whole time, and the left hand starts with fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then it shifts in the middle. Let me show you. Here we're going to shift up and descend, shift up and then ascend, and then continue on the next string. Shift up and descend, and go back down. And then we're going to shift down and ascend, and then shift down and descend. Back home. Again. Like before, you want to do this with a metronome. Start off slow and gradually increase until you reach your max BPM. This is an exercise I make sure I do before every show because it warms up the hands really quickly just running it a few times. This last exercise is based on an article I sort of recall Joe Satriani writing in Guitar for the Practicing Musician, which is a magazine from the 80s. His exercise was basically just picking a note and trying to find every single one on the fretboards. So for instance, E. So I kind of expanded on it, and instead of single notes, I thought, let's do triads. For instance, let's do E minor. So when you're playing this, don't expect it to sound like a scale because it's not going to be a scale. Once you reach the highest note on the string, you want to find the lowest note on the next string and go up again. So E, G, B, E, G, B. The next note is not going to be E because the next string, the lowest note is you're going to find is B. And then the lowest note in the next string is going to be E. So it kind of makes you think and be ready for what the next note is going to be. Now once you're comfortable with this exercise, here's the kicker. Close your eyes.
Give me your hand, darling.
So you don't have to use a metronome with this one because it's going to be hard enough as it is. Trust me, I know my head's off camera, but I'm closing my eyes right now. So here goes. Almost. Not only does this train your ear, but it's training your left hand muscles to memorize the neck and the distance between notes. Once you can hear the notes in your head before you play them and know where they are on the fretboard, it's going to help with learning songs, transcribing solos, and being a more fluent improviser. Alright guys, if you like this video, click that thumbs up down below, share it with your friends. If you'd like to see more lesson videos, gear demos, and music related vlogs, click subscribe. Thanks for watching, see you next time.